Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening. It's very cold here. It's -1. It's Monday morning. I'm okay. This video is going to be about, this vlog's going to be about the effect of things on autistic people. And I'm talking about what most normal people would class as a normal event, having someone come and visit or going to visit a friend. This is a part 2 to what I did before about being okay and how situations affect. My friend Brit Monkey came to visit on Thursday and stayed all the way till yesterday afternoon. He is my best case scenario. He is the person I trust more than anybody else in the world. I can go to sleep with him in the house. When he's in the house, things don't feel discordant. The energy of the house doesn't feel wrong. He is someone who, like me, is autistic, who is different, but we can laugh about the same things. We can joke about the stuff we deal with. I can even go out in his car, and this was an amazing thing about it. We went on basically it was a test. We took my Pride Revo mobility scooter, the one that can be taken apart and that's modular, that can you take apart and it's meant to be used and carried in a car and that, so you can take it places, put it back together and use it. So we went out on a little journey. We went 2 or 3 different places. The first 2 places were just places where he wanted to pick up a couple of items, and I stayed in the car, which was a different, new experience for me to stay in a car. But because it was his car, because I trust him, because I know he's mechanically minded, engineer minded, and he looks after me, and he's a considerate driver, and all these things, I know all these things about him. And because he's my friend, and I know intrinsically he'd never put me in danger. It becomes almost like a safe space. Being in his car is like. So we went out to those 2 places. Then we went to Tesco and got the Pride Revo out, and I followed him around on the little mobility scooter as we picked up stuff around the shop. It was fun. It was an act. We actually had a fun time in Tesco because I could focus on him, and we were just laughing, and we were thinking about all the bits and pieces we wanted to pick up. We were like kids. We bought too many cakes and things like that. We picked up lots of things. He paid for it and that, and it's like it was fun. It was a genuinely nice thing to do together. And then we came home and we watched Mr. Robot and stuff like that. And the wonderful thing is, this is like a precursor to our plans. Because I want to go to Trentham Gardens again, but going on my own is okay. I like going on my own. I can go on my Quingo, my big mobility scooter. But going with someone else, someone I trust, would be wonderful. So this was the plan of, if I can do this bit, then the next time he comes down, we'll plan it so we can go to the Trentham Gardens, and then the time after that we'll go to Alton Towers. Alton Towers is a big UK I don't know what you call it, a entertainment place. It's a big park with lots of rides and roller coasters and stuff like that, and wonderful places in it. So the idea is, yeah, we can go there. We can do this. Yay! Where's my stuff? I want my I want my 2 Chinese balls. And so I didn't do any streaming from Thursday basically until yesterday. I tried, but I was worn out. And it wasn't a physical exhaustion. Even though Brit Monkey is the best case scenario, and it was exhausting because coping strategies that I haven't used since Paola was around and I had someone else in the house I completely trusted come to the forefront, and it's good because it allows me to do what I class as a reset. But it is exhausting. It is mentally no energy for streaming, no energy really for gaming, no energy for doing anything except for being in the moment, because the good thing is that it pushes away some of the worst coping strategies I have to have. For example, all my coping strategies that are linked to being alone in the house go to the side. And those are some of the hardest ones to deal with. They're some of the most, how can I put it, violent ones and dangerous ones. They're the most harsh ones to deal with. What do I mean by that? Well, think about this. It is pretty often for me to wake up with a what if of, okay, if I choke now and I can no longer breathe, how many steps do I have to take to go downstairs, go through the front door, get onto the street so I can collapse on the front street so that someone maybe can notice me and I won't die? That's with me a lot. Other ones like, okay, I've always got to make sure that there's water in at least 3 rooms of the house that the dogs can get to just in case I die so that they don't get dehydrated. And those are some of the more tame ones. But those are there's so many of them, there's hundreds upon hundreds of them. Some that I can't even put into words because I don't want to fucking trigger them. But they're always there in my background. Always there ready to come to the front when I'm living alone. When I'm living alone, this is the kind of thing where, remember, I always say on here, I listen to my Audible books so that bad things don't happen. I play games so that bad things don't happen. I do my streams so that bad things don't happen. These are some of the bad things that will trigger if I do not keep my brain focused on something. Doing this vlog allows me to focus on this instead of something else creeping into my head. The bad things happen. The bad things happen that can cause me to trigger my deep depression and can spiral me into really bad end of line thoughts and that I have to be careful about. Bad things can happen. And so having this weekend, this 4 days of someone staying here, it's like a breath of fresh air. It allows me to it wears me out in the moment completely. It wears me out. It's completely fatigue. I'm going to probably have a fatigue headache for about a week while I'm come back to normalcy. But at the same time, it allows me to take a breath away from the fight, away from the constant, away from the needing to have this on all the time with an Audible book running. The sad thing is, he found an Audible book for me, well, an Audible book on YouTube that I thought he would like, and I would have loved to have listened to it, but they did the fucking crime that I can't handle, and that is they had bloody music in the background. I still can't handle music in most situations. And background music, ambient music, is even worse for me for some reason. I just can't handle it. It triggers bad things. Audible books I can handle. This is my thing. I've noticed that Brit has background music in that, and that helps him. All people are unique, and all autistic people are unique. Our triggers and everything are different. And this is like my Audible books. This is why the moment I turn this off, the moment I stop talking to you all, the moment I come off Discord, if I'm on Discord call, the first thing I do is start up this. In fact, let me... You'll see there. I'm on Path of Ascension now. I've got 8 hours, 53 minutes left, 58 minutes left of Path of Ascension. Book 7, I believe. Book 7, I think I'm on now. I burned through the books, and this is one of my primary life-saving situations. That every single moment away from you, if there isn't someone else in the house I can focus on, that's the key. If there's someone else in the house, then I can actually focus on them instead of the Audible book. Once again, it's got to be someone I trust. There can't be any dissidence. There can't be any discordance. There can't be any concerns about trust and that with the person, because they get massively, massively amplified by my triggers. And the first time Brit Monkey came to visit me, a long, long time ago now. I mean, he's been visited a lot. I had to move. He couldn't use the same soap as me. He couldn't use the same towels as me. He couldn't use the same toothpaste as me or anything like this. I had moved everything around and everything, and slowly that went away as it became okay. But it's a friend, a true friend, someone you can trust, who you don't have to explain why you're doing things. You don't have to. I mean, unfortunately, most people that people class as friends are just acquaintances. And here's the trick for you. If you've got a friend where you can talk about your porn that you like and share everything with them, then that's a true friend. That may seem odd, but if you've got a friend who you can laugh and joke about stuff and there's no limits, that is a true friend. And most of us only have 1, 2 or 3 maximum friends who we can just joke about stuff and talk about our deepest private things, and it doesn't matter, because they accept you for who you are. And they don't just say that, they mean that. And they prove it time and time again. That is the important thing. That is the really, really important thing. That you have someone who is a true friend. Very different from if a stranger comes to my door. Or if I have to let someone in my house who's someone I don't know. Even if it's a doctor or a nurse, it's not as bad, not too bad if it's a doctor or a nurse that I know are coming, that I can plan for. But strangers, in some ways, I'd prefer to face an enemy than a stranger. Because an enemy, I know what to expect. A stranger, I don't. So, that's the big video I wanted to do today. Oh, got another one I want to do. Okay, so This is Jason for the Quiver Channel. Bye bye for now.